Period 2. Nickel against Hulse for the face-off, and it's poked down into the Portland zone. Back for it, Eric Chiron. Intercepted at the point by Balanson to keep it in the zone. Dumped into the corner. That shot behind his net, popped into the near corner. That shot around to the point, kept in by Hollinger, shot toward the net. It's his own man, knocked away, and the puck in the corner. Hollinger still trying to draw it loose, but that's taken down by the Pirates. Slipped out to center ice for Brunette. One man back is Balanson. Brunette stops, takes a shot, grabbed by Shields, drops it side of his net. It's Metcalf up the wing. Nickel didn't see it coming, but now pulls it away. One-on-one with Malgunas. Nickel moving in, fakes a shot, now takes the shot, and that's deflected up over the net by the stick of Malgunas. Brunette there for the Pirates. Flips it off the glass and up into the stands out of play. Just getting underway here in the second period, and Portland holding on to its 1-0 lead.
There's little Scotty Nickel, and I say little Scotty Nickel because he's one of the smaller players in this Rochester team, but he plays like a big guy. He just had his way with Stu Malgunas, and he got a stick up around Stu's noggin, and then in behind the net he ran another defenseman. That was a tough save, believe it or not. Steve Shields just there in the picture, you see him making the first shot of the second period was a slapper and was going up top shelf, and Steve was able to be on his toes and make the save. And they always want to take a long shot, but maybe not one quite that close.
Face off at the blue line. That's the Portland blue line, and the draw is won by the Pirates. Poked away, but not out. Now slipped out of the zone. Batherson, pass off. Here's Allison. Enters the zone, knocked away as he now gets it to Gendra. Trying to weave his way out in front. Comes to the side of the net. Shields grabs it. He'll hold on for another face-off. Allison and Ender do a little pushing, but skate away. Jason Allison, it was a big returnee to the lineup for the Pirates in this series. Game 1 of the playoffs this year. Got into some fisticuffs and broke his hand, or a bone in his hand. And he returned in this series and has played very well. His goal and 6 assists, 7 points in the playoffs.
He's not a great skater, Don, but he just seems to know where the net is, and he's a very gifted passer.
Now that's kicked away, not out. Shot goes wide, and it's played away by the Amerks up ice. Here comes Kahn. As Ward is a trailer, puck poked away and recovered by the Pirates. Batherson turns to get away from Holzinger. Sent cross rink. Ward spins. That's kicked aside by Batherson. Pirates have the puck back. Shot along the boards to the Rochester blue line and take it back by Huda to Ender. And away to center ice. Tipped down ice by Holzinger. Races on for the puck, and Tugnet out of his net plays it around behind his net. Over the wing, that's flipped in the air and out of the zone. Picked up again at center ice by Hollinger of the Amerks. Long shot in wide of the net. Here's Kahn moving in. Backhander. Tugnet makes the stop. Kahn came from nowhere, got to the puck first. Couldn't get much of a shot away as he was in deep, and the puck cleared all the way down ice by the Pirates. Back for it goes Melanson. Spins it up the wing. And for Jackson is tied up. And the puck pulled away by the Pirates. McCausland behind his net. There's it to the point. Moving in, Hollinger doesn't shoot. And will deflect it in the corner, but Pascucci the point. Still not out. Hollinger dribbles it wide. On the backboard, Jackson looking for a centering pass. That's batted around behind the net. In the corner now cleared out and down ice by Christie. Then the icing, Melanson racing for the puck. Oh, look who's back on the ice. Sednick is there as he and Melanson tangle for the puck. Sednick, I didn't think he was ever coming back this year, but what a great comeback from him as he was checked hard in that first period. Puck is in the corner. Underneath skates of Chiron, watching on also Hollinger, and the puck still tied up in the corner. The referee, Blaine Angus, right there watching the puck. Behind the net. Christie trying to get loose from Chiron. Puck is pulled loose, comes out in front. Pulled down is Christie, no penalty, and the Amerks will bring it up ice. Barry Moore leads the way. Red line, long dump-in shot. Amerks make a line change, and the Pirates back for the puck. Whipped out to center ice, knocked loose at the red line by Chiron of the Amerks, and the Pirates take it back again. Blaisdell, pass off to Pascucci, and up ice now to McCausland. In the zone, Christie, long shot in, grabbed by Shields. He'll hold on for a face-off. 16:53 to go here in period number 2, and it's a 1-0 Portland lead. You're watching the American Hockey League's Calder Cup Finals on the Empire Sports Network.
Barry Trotsky stuck around through the intermission. We heard David Poyle, the general manager of the Washington Capitals, talking about him. And one thing that's going to be very clear in David Poyle's mind is the hit that Zednik took in the end of the second period, and the fact that he was carried off the ice by some of his teammates. The next thing that's going to be very fresh in his mind is the fact that Zednik came back out on the ice and is now playing.
I couldn't believe it when I saw 27 on the ice.
And when Poyle talks about people coming to training camp getting a second look, you can bet that youngster's going to. He's an awful tough customer.
Face-off coming to the left of Steve Shields. Face-off won by Rochester. Clear behind the net. Hahn slips it ahead for Holzinger. Able to clear it out to center ice. There, Eric Sharon for the Pirates will bang it in again. Mediev and Allison get tied up in the corner. Zednik's on the ice again. It's Allison, Batherson, and Zednik behind the net. And Zednik tries to pull it out in front. Spinning around, gets a shot, but at the side of the net, that's pulled in behind and taken away by Huda. The Amerks have it. Huda off the wing to center ice for Ward. Off the right wing side, now moving in. Kahn winds up with a shot. That's knocked away. Rebound! And Holzinger didn't see it. He had an open side of the net. Couldn't get a stick on it. That's kept in. Sideboards Ward in the corner. Holzinger is tied up immediately. Ward is hit by Sharon, and the puck in the corner pulled away by Allison. As the Pirates again do an excellent job of covering up in their own zone. Long shot in by Batherson off a leg goes wide, and Huda has the puck. Slips it ahead to center ice. Hold off the stick of Nickel. Two-line pass. Whistle stops play. 15:56 to go in the second period. 1-0. The Portland Pirates on top. 10-8. Shots in favor of Rochester as you look at Brunette. And now here's a look at this one.
This caught shot, and a good one, and a good save by Tugnet. Now you saw how far out the top of the circle, or the bottom of the circle, but the top of the crease Tugnet was. He didn't give Kahn much to shoot at all. It was a low shot from Rob Kahn, and Tugnet was able to get his right skate on it and make the deflection off into the corner. This is Scotty Metcalf, the local hero here in town, with the Americans for quite a number of years.
Face off to the right of Steve Shields. Puck is dropped. Hasn't done right. We'll do it all over again. Shields against Holst for the face-off. And Holst last game had a pretty good night for himself. 2 goals and an assist to give him now 27 points in the playoffs. You look at the playoff leaders. Gendra of the Pirates and Ward of the Amerks leading the playoffs, 33 points each. Brunette is third with 29. Holst is fourth with 27. Holzinger fifth with 22. Kaufman seventh with 19. Batherson eighth with 18. These two teams are pretty well running away with all of the points in the playoffs so far, which is to be expected. They play more games than anybody else.
They have. They'll try it again. Scotty Nichols taking this draw.
We have Frawley and Brunette crowding the face-off. That's the reason there. The whistle was blowing again. Everybody trying to get every possible inch they can.
Well, face-offs are important, especially when you're this close to your net. When you're up between the blue lines, it's not such a big deal, but when you're down inside your zone, you want to do everything you can to win it.
Draw to the Amerks. Melanson in behind. Bollinger around the far wing now to Metcalf. Pass back, cross rink, and out ice is Melanson. Trying a long shot in, but hits a leg, gets it again, spins it in the zone. And the Amerks have a delay offside, so they have to clear the zone, but Frawley's not, he doesn't know it. Forcing the Pirates, and he comes back on top. Now the whistle will stop play on the offside. 15:32 to go in the second period. Portland still holding on to a 1-0 lead, and the goal was scored at 4:08 of the first period by Norm Batherson.
Dan Frawley, who was caught offside. Now, I think he really didn't understand there was an offside. He had one of his teammates in deep, and then he went in deep as well. The puck never did clear the zone. So Dan Frawley setting up for the face-off.
Been around the Amerks for a few years now, returning from 2 years of retirement this year, and what a year he had. Played the most games of anybody on the team this year.
He's a competitor, there's no question about that.
Now Gunas off to Pops, and the puck picked up by Holst, who dumps it in. Back to the point, shot toward the net, knocked down, scramble for the loose puck, and foot carried away by the Amerks. Melanson feeds it up ice to Nichols, thrown over the hook, goes down, penalty coming up to the Pirates. Zednik will take the hooking penalty, and Rochester goes on the power play.
Zednik came about a foot away from scoring a goal and making his team up 2-0 to taking a penalty and being the goat on the play. Here you see him hauling down Scotty Nickel, and just before that, the puck bounced off his skate back onto a Rochester player when he was standing in front of that. Had he been able to get a hold of it, he'd had a glorious scoring opportunity. But for the next 2 minutes, or part of it at least, he's going to be in the penalty box and give that team right there, the Rochester Americans, an opportunity on the power play to try and tie this game up. Right now they're down by a goal. It's 1-0 for that gentleman's team, the Portland Pirates.
Amerks are 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. This is their second opportunity. Last game, 0 for 3. Huda to Brown. Pass hits a skate, knocked loose, and Pirates cover up. Right ahead to the red line, but Huda grabs it there. Waits now, fires it in. Tugnut able to stop it in behind. Played around the boards, but blocked by Brown of Rochester. Slides to the backboard. Sharon didn't see it coming. The other Sharon, Eric Sharon for the Pirates. Backhands at the point. That's blocked by Clemente and kept in. Sends it behind the net again. Tugnut knocks it down. Sharon will tie the other side this time, and this time able to get it through and down ice. The veteran Dougie Huda off to the rookie Sergei Clementiev. Shoots it in. Hits the side of the net. Tugnut pounces on the puck and holds on for the face-off. 1 minute, 13 seconds left in this power play. 14:24 to go in the second period. 1-0 in favor of Portland.
A little surprised when you see the dump around here, and Tugnut makes the right play. He sees the puck there. It's not moving. I'm going to hang on to it. And he does. A little surprised John Tortorella came out in that power play with Brown. Brown hasn't played a whole bunch. In fact, he's only played the power plays. He's had 1 or 2 other regular shifts. And he's a rookie. You got a youngster like that that's sort of cold sitting on the bench. I was surprised he didn't come back with some of his veteran players to start the power play. He's since made the change.
Now there you see the difference. Rochester in this series, 28%, and Portland 7%. But what difference does it make, right? It's all even at 3 victories apiece. Now the puck is dropped, pulled back to the point. Hollinger has it there. Up top, Hollinger to Holzinger. On the wing to Ward. Looks it over. Ward in front, wrist shot, knocked down, and then it's cleared out of the zone by Leask. Terry Hollinger back. Pirates have Allison and Christie up front with Malgunas and Leask back. Pass off onto the wing. Holzinger dumps it in. Tugnut out of his net. Clears it off the boards. Jackson now blocking the puck. Into the corner for Kahn. Back to Jackson. In behind the net for Ward. Give her the open man. Ward being bothered closely by Leask. Has the puck. As the Amerks set it up on the power play. Half a minute to go with the man advantage. Ward into the corner for Kahn. Back in the sideboards for Ward. As Jackson is upended in front. There's a shot. In kicked away by Tugnut. In the corner. Kahn has it again. The sideboards for Ward. They'll set it up again. Out top of the slide. Hollinger turns. Fakes a shot on the near side. Holzinger backhander in front. Through and out the other side. Back up top. Hollinger to Ward. 7 seconds left in the power play. In from the point. There's shot. Deflected wide. In the corner. Jackson and Leask get tied up. Penalty expires. Pirates are at full strength. In behind. Holzinger has the puck. Knocked off his stick. Trying to catch up to it and does. Drops it in behind the net. Kahn looking for the centering pass in front. Is batted off into the corner by Malgunas. Jackson digs it out. Up top. Hollinger with a shot. It's deflected away and wide. Into the corner. Kahn draws it onto the backboards for Ward. It's up. Now in behind the net. Taken again by Jackson. Trying to dribble it out in front. That's knocked along the sideboards and up ice. Here come the Pirates. As they finally get the pressure off. Sednick in the zone. Had to roll off his stick, but kept in. Here's Eric Sharon moving in. The shot blocked away. Scrabble with a loose puck goes wide. In behind the net. Christie after it. Tries to center it in front. It's grabbed and carried off by Nickel. With Frawley and Metcalf. 3-on-2. Here's Nickel. Drops it to Metcalf. Shot at a goal. Blocked away. Rebound. Tugnut pounces on it. He grabs the puck and holds on. Big save by Tugnut. 12:22 to go in the second period. Portland on top, 1-0. And you're watching the American Hockey League's Calder Cup Finals on the Empire Sports Network. Well, what do you think? Are things jumping there, Larry?
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a few folks that didn't get a chance to come into the game tonight because they sold this place out in, what, 3.5 hours?
About 3.5 hours. Amazing. Oh, what an incredible line was out in front of the building on Wednesday morning. Out the front of the building, across the river, around the library. And that was, I heard, 6:30 in the morning.
love their hockey here in Rochester.
Puck in behind the net. There's Sharon off of the wing for Brunette. Blocked off his stick, kept in by Rochester. Frawley moving out in front. Can't get the puck away, and he's upended on the backboards by Pops. Now throws it to the side of the net. Is grabbed by Tugnut. Holds on. 12:09 to go in the second period. Portland leading 1-0. And look at the shots now. Rochester leading 15-9, and shots on goal. They trailed at 1.6-1, I think.
Here's the hit on Dan Frawley. Frawley tries to get to the puck, doesn't get to it with his stick. He does with his skate, and then he watches, he throws it out to the front of the net. Trickles out there, and then he uses his stick to retaliate a little bit. Dan Frawley, seasoned veteran than he is, former captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
So the Amerks having to try and figure out how to get by Ron Tugnut. This is Metcalf in the right wing corner. Being watched by Lazelle. Metcalf tries to pull it out in front. Now Nickel takes it, knocked off his stick. Ender at the point, able to keep it in. Slides it around behind the net. Lazelle tips it into the corner, but getting to it first is Frawley. Behind Metcalf. Nichols in front. Metcalf spinning around to the back of the net, trying to knock it loose. It's bumped there by Pascucci. Frawley centers it out in front, hits the back of the net. Metcalf kicking away at it. Finally is pulled away to the point, still kept in. Ender turns, takes a shot, deflection right on, scramble. The puck's knocked down. Tugnut's playing on the ice, has it, holds on. Holy moly, can you believe it?
Since the middle part of the first period right up until now, and we're just about at the middle of the second period, this Rochester hockey team has outplayed the Portland Pirate team. That goaltender Tugnut's been magnificent. You see him dive in front to make this save. He eventually keeps his eye on the puck and is able to hang on to it. And he, folks, is the reason that Portland squad is winning 1-0. And he's the reason this Portland squad's in the final. Good strong forechecking by that line right there. Metcalf, Frawley, and Scott Nickel.
This is the second time Tugnut has been in the Calder Cup finals. Back in 1988 with the Fredericton Canadiens, he came up on the losing end. And the face-off will be to the left of Tugnut. Ryan Holzinger with Ward and Kahn up front for Rochester. The face-off won by Allison. Pulls the puck into the corner, and the Pirates have the puck. Slip it out of the zone and down ice. Hollinger racing after it. Should be icing. Hollinger there first. Whistle blows, so that'll take the puck back the other end. 11:23 to go in the second period, and still a 1-0 lead for the Pirates.
This quite possibly is the biggest game for any of these players to ever play in, and some of them never get an opportunity to do this again. You can bet that on their mind they'd like to have that Calder Cup ring on their hand this summer, telling all their buddies how good it was.
See Coach Tortorella tapping that line. Those three players on their shoulder, telling them they're next up. That's Sharon, Jackson, and Moore. Puck drop goes in the corner. Played around behind the net. Mazer after it there. Can't get it out of the zone. Batted loose, comes out in front. Holzinger is checked hard, and the puck is brought away by the Pirates. Batherson off of the wing, moving in is Lease. Shot toward the net, tipped in behind by Shields. Wrap around attempt, coming out in front. Allison has it, shoots, puts it high and wide. Off of the far corner, Ward digs it out. There it's played away out of the zone by Hollinger. Best opportunity for quite some time for the Pirates. Now behind his net, Hollinger to Melanson. Can't get it out, feet in front, deflection, swept aside by Shields. Big save, and Ward plays it up the wing to center range for Holzinger. Moves it in, knocked off his stick, and is taken back by the Pirates. Pops off on the wing. This is McCausland into the Rochester zone. Stood up by Melanson and slammed against the backboards. Hollinger sends it to the point. It's deflected away off the boards. Hit a bump there somewhere. And fortunately for the Amerks, came out of the zone. Now it's dumped in again. Hollinger has it side of his net. Pass ahead. Sharon with Jackson. Sharon up the right side. Takes a shot. Missed the short side. Over the far wing. Christie flips it off the boards out of the zone. Ward turns, bangs it in. Right on the stick of Christie, and the Pirates on the attack. Sednick against Clementia, moving up ice. Loses control of the puck. It's in behind the net. Now Sednick has it again, trying to bring it out in front. It's knocked aside. Moore can't get it out. They spin, pad, save, Shields. Got his right leg on that one. Oh, what a big save again. That's fired down ice, and an icing call. And the Pirates now are starting to come to life.
I've come to the conclusion that all that hit on Sednick did was wake him up, because this kid has played great since he's come back on a turnaround slapper that Steve Shields saw at the last second. Shields makes a great save, and you're going to see it here. Zednik tries to get a swipe at the puck there. Finally, it comes loose to him here in a little bit. He comes out, picks it up, and turns around. That was him taking the shot. Shields kept his pad down low, was able to make a big save. Zednik has been the best player on the ice other than Ron Tugnut so far for this Portland squad.
1-0 still. Portland leading just past the halfway point of period 2. This is Metcalf for Rochester. And McCausland, don't make that Hulst for the Pirates. Pair of 10s into the face-off. It's pulled out top. Rolls off the stick. And out to center ice. And up the wing. Metcalf now. Nickel pulled down. And we'll have a penalty coming up. Nickel was hauled down, holding as he tried to escape. I guess probably you'd have to call it a good penalty. He might have been gone.
It might have been a good penalty, and I'll tell you what, time is running out for this Rochester team. We're halfway through the first period, and you see the play, the second period, I should say, and you see the play there where Metcalf gets hauled down. Rochester's really owned the last 20 minutes or so. I'm sorry, it was Scotty Nickel that got hauled down. And they haven't been able to beat Ron Tugnut. Now they get another opportunity on the power play, and they've had the last 2 power plays now. And they've got to, at some point, beat this Portland goaltender, or the tide will eventually turn. You know it will.
Face-off coming to the left of Tugnut. We'll do it again. Rochester 0 for 2 on the power play, and this is the Amerks' third man advantage situation in the game. Game 7 excitement going on here tonight in the Calder Cup Finals. Dribbles out in front, swept aside by Tugnut. Carried off by Pops, clears it off the boards down ice. Back for the puck, Terry Hollinger. Feeds it ahead. Kahn tips it up the wing, but too far ahead for Ward. Pops after the puck. It's tied up by Ward. It's in their skates. Jackson moving in to help out for the Amerks. That's cleared away out and down ice again. Shields after it. Batherson of the Pirates right on him. Shields plays it around the Ward. And there it's out of the zone. Ahead now on the wing. Here's Ward moving in. There's Jackson in front. Drop pass. Shot knocked away. Rebound. Bouncing puck. Batted just wide of the net by Hollinger. In behind. Clear to the point. Hosinger keeps it in. Moves in. Takes a shot. Gets the rebound. They score! Bounces out to the side for Dixon Ward.
Hosinger does a great job keeping the puck inside the Portland zone after Portland gets control of the puck. He tries to clear the zone. Hosinger takes a shot. The rebound bounces off. Tugnut's already down in there. Off to the side of the net was Dixon Ward. He drilled it past the goaltender, Tugnut into an empty net. Here's the slapper coming from Holzinger. The rebound. Nobody's over there to tie up Dixon Ward. And Rochester's come back, and all their hard work has paid off. They've tied this game up at 1. Ward's 11th goal. He's had himself a heck of a season, I should say a playoff season so far. And there it is. This is playoff hockey at its best. Halfway through this second period, it's tied up 1-1.
So the Amerks now 1 for 3 on the power play as the puck is in the Portland zone again. Allison and Moore bump in the corner. That's kicked loose in for the point ender. Slipped around behind the net. Pirates after the puck. Up the wing to Christie. The red line, the blue line, trying to get through. Catches up to the puck on the other side. It's in the corner now, carried away by Huda. Slips it ahead to center ice for Brown. They'll dump the puck in. It's knocked down, bouncing in the slot, pulled away. Allison now taken back by the Amerks. Brown spins around, sends it through the slot in the corner for Sharon. He's hit there by Pops, and the puck pulled away by the Pirates. Allison leads the way. There's the puck over the sideboards as he stood up there by Huda. Still has control of the puck, turns to get away. Allison pulling it out of the slide. Tied up, puck knocked away. There's Sharon to flip it out and down ice. Pirates back. Off on the wing for Pops and ahead into the Rochester zone. Terry Hollinger in behind his net. Plays it away out of the zone, deflected up the wing, and now race for the puck. Nickel is tied up, goes down, another penalty coming up to the Pirates. Nickel racing after the puck, draws another penalty. Play is now whistled down as they crash into the corner, and Rochester will have another power play opportunity.
Well, I don't blame Portland for being a little upset at this penalty. I'm not sure that this one should be. We're going to have a chance to see a replay on it. It's a tripping penalty. Sal is the player in the penalty box, and we're going to get an opportunity to see the play here. And I think Scotty Nichols just lost an edge. I'm not sure, but that should have been a penalty. He was going after a puck, and it was a pretty decent hip check, I thought. Brad Lazell is in the penalty box for 2 minutes, and now Portland's going to have to try and kill off a penalty.
So the Amerks, having just scored a power play goal, have another opportunity right here. We're all even up, one apiece, 7:37 to go in the second period. It's Ward, Kahn, Jackson up front, Hollinger and Holzinger back. As you see, the sight from behind goaltender Ron Tugnut. Face off, won by the Amerks. Hollinger on top. The end of the corner for Ward coming out in front. Back out top for Hollinger. Takes a look, takes a shot, but it's deflected away by Batherson. Bouncing puck in the corner. Ward digs it out. Back to the point for Hollinger. Skates along the blue line, turns, doesn't shoot. Now he shoots right on. Stick stop. Tugnut has the puck and holds on.
Get a chance to see how a goaltender reacts to a long shot. He had 3 or 4 players in front of him, Ron Tugnut did, and you watch what he does. He drops down low, he lays his stick on the ice, and he tries to find the shot. He was able to make the save, keep the score tied at 1. Here it is here. Watch him get down low. See him looking through the crowd. He's got a stick on the ice. The puck hit his stick. He covers it up with his glove and hangs on to it for this face-off that's going to take place to his left. Great shot from the camera angle there.
Lots of great shots over this series and through the season with this excellent camera crew. Holzinger, Kahn, Jackson still up front to draw top. Ward to the right point. Hollinger on the sideboards for Holzinger. Through to Ward, moving in. Flipped it across the goal mouth, and Jackson couldn't get his stick on it. Jackson kicks it in behind for Ward. Throws it back to the point, but not enough on it as Christie will sweep it away out and down ice. And you wonder if Dixon Ward maybe should have shot instead of passing right there.
Yeah, well, he was looking for the open target, and he had it. He just couldn't get the puck down on the ice, it looked like.
Holzinger spins it in front, grab there, and pops, pulled down, and the Amerks might have gotten away with one there. Nifty move by Ward. In the zone, he's checked by Pops, the puck kicked in the corner. After it goes Jackson. On the sideboards, back to the point, kept in by Hollinger. Out top of the slot for Holzinger. Takes a shot, hits a leg, goes by. Ward, back to the point. 51 seconds to go in the power play. To Holzinger, moves in through the slot. Ward, but he couldn't get her shot away as the puck was tipped in the last second. That pops up in the air, comes down in the corner. Still underneath skates. Knocked loose, and in behind, Moore digs it out. Pops it back in the corner for Jackson. Back hits a broken stick, then it goes away, shot away and down ice. Unfortunate break right there for Rochester. In behind the net, it's picked up by Terry Hollinger with 20 seconds to go in this man advantage. Up the wing to Moore, to the red line, dumps it in. Down behind the net as it crashed there. Trying to dig it out is Moore, watched on by Craig Sharon. Moore back to Sharon in behind. On the sideboard, Sharon still has the puck. Out top, kept in by Huda. Wrist shot in front, knocked down. Scramble with a loose puck. It's loose, moving in. Shot wide of the net, in behind by Sharon. Pulled off of the sideboards, then poked off the boards out and down ice by the Pirates. The penalty has expired as Portland's back at full strength. On the center ice, knocked off the stick of Coffin. Tripped up is Primo to carrying on is Moore. Moving in, takes a shot, goes wide. After the rebound, gets it himself. Puts shot in off the stick of Tugnut wide. On the boards, out in front of his net by Batherson, and on the attack, here come the Pirates. Ahead, McCausland, one-on-one with Huda. Got the puck through, but couldn't get up on the other side as Huda knocked him down. Behind the net, taken by Huda. Begins to work his way up, and a pass off in the wing for Primo. Deflects it all the way down. Rolls in and through the goal crease on a icing. Metcalf after it as they crash into the backboards. Ascucci there for the Pirates, slides it up the wing. It's to the point, kept in by Frawley momentarily, and again Frawley gets to it to keep it in. Ascucci rips it around to the point. Melanson can't get there in time, and that's all the way down ice. Back for the puck goes Metcalf, not enough on it for icing. Metcalf in behind, rips it up the wing, through down ice. This one could be an icing the other way. Tugnut, no, we'll play it, and the Pirates have the puck. Shot cross rink, out of the zone, and Ender for the Amerks, back for the puck. Rookie defenseman. Goes it along the far side to center ice, taken by Metcalf at the red line. Gets it across the blue line, but Pops knocks it down there, and the Pirates have it. Feed up the wing. Moving in the corner is Hall's trying to break in on goal. One-handed shot, that's knocked away, and the rebound is carried off by Ender. Now to Dixon Ward. Waves his way along the red line. Puck gets away from him, and the Amerks still get to it in time. This Melanson will dump it around behind the net. There's Eric Sharon for the Pirates, and a feed away to center ice for Batherson. Slides it in on goal. Stick stop for Shields. Shovels it ahead for Clemente, who carries it in behind, stops there. 1-1 tie with 3:39 to go in the second period. On feeds it ahead for Ward. Dumps it in. Now Gunas back. Tied up in the back doors by Holzinger. That's the point. Bounces over the stick of Moore. Out to center ice. Clemente is there. Puts it in again. Tugnut stops it behind his net. Off of the near wing, Sim cross rink to center ice. Clemente over the red line, dumps it in. Looks in the corner, trying to dig it out. Jackson gets tied up, and the loose puck is carried off by the Pirates. On the near wing, Leisure. Bumped there by Jackson, who's sent to the ice. Sharon is dumped by Pascucci. Puck comes loose, and the Amerks have it. Metcalf dumps it in. And the whistle stops play. 2:58 to go. Here in the second period, 1-1 tie. You're watching the American Hockey League's Calder Cup Finals on the Empire Sports Network. He's called Pinsey, and he walks the wall every game here at the Amerks games.
An old defenseman partner that let himself go a little bit. He's not quite in the shape he used to be.
Only plays roller hockey these days, right?
Yeah, he's a goaltender.
Yeah, little ice repair work going on as Pinsey continues his walk on the wall. Look at some of the sights and sounds at the War Memorial here in Rochester.
Well, they're all enjoying it. Chicago Blackhawk fans.
We set to go now. This is Nickel, Metcalf, Frawley up front, and for the Pirates, Hulst, Brunette, and Gendra. Knocked loose at the blue line. Frawley tips it ahead deep in the zone. The Pirates back. Played in behind the net. Gendra in the backboards as it's shot around. Brunette into the corner. To the point, grabbed by Ender. Throws it down into the corner boards. Pops there for the Pirates. Behind. Off in the other corner this time for Gendra, who's hit immediately by Nickel. They get tied up in the corner as the puck is knocked down. Nickel's pulled down in behind. Gets up with the puck coming out in front. Stuff in a tip. It's poked wide. And the puck pulled off into the corner. Here come the Pirates. Up ice is Hulst. Moving to the Rochester blue line. It's kicked off his stick by Metcalf, but Hulst gets it again. Now knocked off his stick. This time poked ahead to center ice by Hollinger. Bodies are flying everywhere. Metcalf up ice. As the trailer, Kahn throws it in a goal. It's off the stick of Tugnut. At the point, getting there to keep it in. Clemente turns, wrist shot. Puck it. Oh, hit deflected just wide. Out the other side. So close. In behind the net. Pulled away by the Pirates, and here comes Portland up ice. Brunette crossing the blue line. Drop pass. In skates. It's pulled away, and the Amerks have it. Clemente up the wing to Kahn. Enters now. Holzinger moving in. Can't shoot too deep. Nice defensive play by Eric Sharon, and the puck is pulled away by the Pirates. Lead to center ice. Kick the side. Amerks after it again. Clementiev up the wing. Ward slides it in on goal. Tugnut grabs it there. Pokes it aside for Malgunas. At the point, Kahn can't get there in time to keep it in, and the Amerks take the puck again. Backhand it along the boards. At the blue line. Knocked down by Malgunas, and he does send it away to center ice. Holzinger's there for the Amerks and dumps it in, but it's whistled down offside. Kinds of action in this one. 1:18 to go in the second period. We're tied at 1.
Well, the physical play of this Rochester team is starting to take a toll, I think, on this Portland squad. as they're giving the puck away a little more often, and now they're hearing footsteps and expecting to get hit and just taking the easy route out rather than taking a hit to make the play. They're just dumping the puck up around the wall. Consequently, Rochester's been able to get a hold of the puck a little more often. You can see this last big save, or is this the one that sneaks between his legs? This is the one that goes between his legs. You see it bounced off the inside of his leg, the left leg, and squirted across the blue line. That was a long shot in from the blue line. Tugnutt didn't see it until it actually, I don't think he ever saw it. He felt it bounce off the inside of his leg and realized he'd missed that shot. He hasn't been getting much help, though, from his teammates, at least not in his own end. Portland has really picked up the play here.
This is Melanson. Shoots it into the corner. Trying to get to it is Moore, and the puck along the sideboards, kept in by Sharon of the Amerks. Moore tied up in the sideboards. Allison now for the Pirates, bumped there by Jackson, and still has the puck and feeds it ahead for Batherson. Up the wing to Zednik. He's slowed up there by Bollinger. Can't get through with a minute to go in the second period. Onto the eye of the net, plays it around. That's tipped to the point by Jackson, but not out as the Pirates keep it in. Now the puck is put up over the glass, out of play. 49 seconds remaining here in the second period, and we're tied at 1.
All that hitting that the Rochester team's been doing is wearing out the defensemen down in the other end, and whenever they get a chance to, the Rochester players have hit anybody that had the puck. Late in a season like this, hits seem to hurt a little more. Take a little more steam under the players. And that guy there might be the guy with the magic touch, Gendron. Scored a lot of goals for this Portland squad through these playoffs. He's got 15 of them, 18 assists, 33 points, and he now is 1 point behind Dixon Ward, as Dixon scored a goal tonight and now has 34 points.
By the way, that's the 34 points for Ward is the second highest total in playoff history. McDougall with the Cape Breton Oilers, and I think it was 52 points, 1993 for the Cape Breton Oilers when they beat Rochester in the finals.
That's a career for some people, Martin.
26 goals, 26 assists in the playoffs. Boy. Behind the net. It's taken by Huda. Into the corner for Ender as the Amerks begin to move up ice. 36 seconds to go in the period, and a pass ahead to center ice. After it, two-line offside pass, so that stops play. It'll take the face-off once again down into the Rochester zone.
There's a gritty little hockey player there, Scott Nickel. Scored the overtime winner in Game 5, and he can't weigh 150 pounds soaking wet, but I'll tell you what, he comes to play every single night. And those two guys have had quite a bit of work. Steve Shields tugged in at the other end. His face-off comes down. Going to be at the top of the face-off circle to Steve Shields' left.
Set down for the face-off. Nickel points to where he wants the puck dropped. It's 21's in for the face-off. 21 Nickel for the Amerks. 21 Christie for the Pirates. Oh, a couple of hard-nosed, smaller players on the ice. Now the shots now 22-13 in favor of Rochester as Christie is talking with the referee. Or the linesman make that. Set to go again. Drawn back to the point for Popst. Makes a wrist shot, but that's deflected way up into the stands out of play. So we'll have another face-off coming up in Rochester's end.
Good. We got to go through this again. And the reason that we talked about it earlier, why these players try and get better position in the offensive and defensive zone, is because these face-offs are so important. You can score key goals off of them. And you can, it's the one time during the game you can actually set up a play. It's a little tougher when everybody's moving, but off of a face-off, nobody's moving. Everybody starts from the position they're in, and you can set a play up. That's why they cheat so much.
Christie positioning his players. He steps in this time against Scott Metcalf for the face-off. Puck goes back to the point again. Wrist shot, your foot deflection goes wide. It's Jackson for Rochester, feeding it out of the zone and taken back by the Pirates. 18 seconds left in the period. Right along the wing and deflected by Christie into the Rochester zone. Back for it goes Huda. Gets it off the boards, through and down ice. 10 seconds to go. Is this going to be icing? No, it's waved off. Tugnutt sends it behind his net. Off into the corner. 5 seconds left in the period. This is shot out and down ice, and that'll do it for period 2. Well, it was one goal scored. the Pirates in the first period. Now 1 goal scored by Rochester in the second period. So that means we're all even up. And we have a player that's down on the ice and getting up very slowly. Can you pick out who it is?
Can't, partner, but...
Is that Pops? Steve Pops, I believe, the defenseman,
yes,
number 3.
You know what? He ran into Scotty Metcalf. Metcalf just finished off the check, which they've been doing all night here. And it's starting to take its toll on this Portland squad.
So Pops gets up and very gingerly waiting for the trainer to assist him here. Let's see if we can pick up what happened there at the end of the period.
Pops is looking to the referee to at least explain the situation. But here, off the corner of your screen, you see Scotty throw the check there. And they land into the boards. And it doesn't look that bad, except you see him fall down at the top of the screen. He falls down and actually lays down on the ice for a little bit. The referee obviously is looking up ice. It appears to be his knee. You see him grimace as he tries to stand up and put weight on it. It looks like it's his left leg. But he eventually does get up, make his way off the ice, and he wanted to have a chat with the referee, but that never came up.
Well, very interesting period there. If we go to Game 7, third period coming up, still hasn't been decided. We're all tied at 1.
How great is this?
Oh, can't get any better, right? And the win action, it has been tremendous so far. A lot coming your way during this intermission, so stay with us. 1-1, Rochester and Portland. Game 7 of the Calder Cup Finals. You're watching right here on the Empire Sports Network.
Calder Cup Finals through 2 periods. We're tied 1-1. Bill Pucker with you between the second and third. With Norm Batherson of the Portland Pirates. Guy scored the first goal, 11 of them in the postseason. I got to think that you guys are really enjoying this after the year you've had. I mean, this has been a tremendous run for the Pirates.
Yeah, we've had a great playoff run. Season wasn't that strong. We're having fun here, and this is what it's all about.
Does that make you appreciate it more, the fact that that you had the downtime and now you're really enjoying?
Oh yeah, I think everybody's forgotten about that. We're just concentrating on what we're doing here now, and that's what it all comes down to. You know, whatever a team does in the playoffs is what people remember, and I don't think anybody's going to remember our season, but I guess you could say the same with Rochester. Nobody's going to remember that, just their playoff run, and that's what it's all about. Absolutely.
Hey, talk us through the goal. You and Richard Zednik breaking loose.
Yeah, Richard got flying down the wing there, and I was just going to the net and following up on the play, and rebound came right to me, and I just banged it through his legs, and I just got lucky there, and Richard made the play, and I just kind of finished it off, I guess. In a game that is so big and is being played just so intently, what's the feeling when you see that go in off your own stick? Well, it was fairly early in the game, so you didn't want to get too excited, but it was nice to get the first goal, but now we're evened up here, and the next goal is the big goal right here, and depending on how the third period goes, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. Wait, you took my question away. I was going to ask, does 2 goals win this thing? I don't know, depending on when it's scored, I guess. But I don't know if 2 goals are going to do it. Both teams are going hard here, and Rochester's playing hard right now. We got to come out here in third and try to battle back here. Pirates lost the first 2 games of the series to Rochester in Rochester. Did you think at that point that it was likely to get this far? No, we were just taking it one game at a time. You don't like to look too far ahead in the playoffs, and we were down 2-0. We were going back home, and we were away for a week before that, and the guys are kind of antsy to get home. But I don't think home ice means much in this playoffs. You can see by the way the games have gone, and it's Game 7 now, and it's anybody's game right now. You're having a great run. Congratulations. Thanks for joining us. Thanks a lot. Norm Batherson, the scorer of the first goal. Portland's only goal is 1-1 through 2 periods. Rochester and Portland playing for the Calder Cup. 20 minutes left to go. Don and Larry have your second period highlights coming up.
Once again from the War Memorial in Rochester, New York, Game 7 of the Calder Cup Final Series between the Rochester Americans and the Portland Pirates. And we have been treated, Larry, play fair so far to what we should be treated to in a Game 7.
This has been a wonderful game. I mean, it's been close. There's been great goaltending. There's been good hard hits, some great scoring opportunities, end-to-end action. What more? What more do you want? This is a great hockey game.
Well, you talked about it in pregame that it comes down to goaltending quite often in a situation like this.
And both these guys have made wonderful saves. We see Steve Shields all night long making great saves, and really the last period, half a period at least, it's been Tugnut that's had to come up with some large saves to keep his team in the game, and it's 1-1.
Let's see if we can see some samples of the great goaltending we've seen so far.
Well, here's the first one. Watch this great play. There's going to be a rebound. The shot comes in, and this is Tugnut's making a save. Watch this. He dives across. Look at this. And he just blocked everything that was in front of him. And that was it. I mean, he's been making those kinds of save all night.
made those saves in Game 6. Now we're going to see a save by Steve Shields. He hasn't been tested as much as Tugnutt has, but he's just as good. Watch this. This is that turnaround slapper from right at the bottom of the faceoff circle. Right there it comes. Here it is, right through the legs, and somehow Shields sees that and made a save. And like I said, he hasn't been tested as much as the other guy, but he's been just as important.
Well, you had to wonder if the Rochester Americans were ever going to get one by Ron Tugnutt, but the power play opportunity gave him that chance.
Well, this is a big goal, and you're right. As hard as Rochester fought to get back in this hockey game, they get another opportunity on the power play, and if they don't start scoring soon, you wonder if they're ever going to. And this is a great play, first of all, by Holzinger, because watch this clearing shot. It's high on the glass. Holzinger gets right over to the boards quickly, gets that puck, takes the shot from the top of the circle here, and it bounces out. Now, Tugnutt's already down, made that save. Nobody is anywhere near Dixon Ward, and he just pumps it into an empty net.
So that evened things up at 1 goal apiece, and that's where we're at now at the end of 2 periods as Dixon Ward records his 11th goal of the playoffs, and by the way, his league-leading 34th point of the playoffs.
Well, I mean, he's been Mr. Everything with his hockey club in the playoffs, and then score a goal like that to get them back even with the Portland team, and you don't know. The next goal in this game very possibly is going to be the winner.
Back early on in the first period, it was Portland leading in shots on goal 6-1. But look at now, Larry.
Well, and you can even throw the shots on goal out the window, as we said many times. The more important line is the next one. Look at that. 10 scoring chances more for the Rochester Americans than there are for the Portland Pirates. 17-7, they're leading them. And the hits, there's been great hits. I mean, we saw that in Game 6. We're seeing it now. 25 hits for Rochester. And I think that's been the difference in this second period, was the good hits that Rochester had on Portland. The Portland team, when they've had the opportunity, they've got 19 of them.
Face-offs again, very important as Rochester holding on to the lead in that category.
Well, it is important, and we've talked about them jockeying back and forth, especially in the offense or defensive zone, and we're going to see that the rest of the night. That's part of it.
So 2 periods complete here at the War Memorial in Rochester, and it is a 1-1 tie in a great Calder Cup Game 7. A lot more coming your way during our intermission, so stay with us. Again, Game 7 of the Calder Cup Finals. And you're watching it right here, of course, on the Empire Sports Network. Now, I wonder if he's dressed like that because he's a supporter of the Rochester Americans, or it's because it's that close to July the 4th.
He doesn't want to only use that suit once a year.
Well, there's everything going on here tonight at the War Memorial. There's flags flying, jersey wearing, face painting.
They are enjoying themselves.
Colorado Avalanche jersey right there. National Hockey League champions. Stanley Cup.
He's a front runner. He's got flat feet from jumping on and off the bandwagon.
By the way, Avalanche head coach Mark Crawford and Panthers head coach Doug McLean, both graduates of the AHL. Crawford coaching the St. John's Maple Leafs, winner of the Coach of the Year award back in 92-93, and McLean coached the 89-90 Baltimore Skipjacks, this team that moved from Baltimore to Portland. 5 members of the Florida Panthers won the Calder Cup in the American League. Brian Scrudlin, Ray Shepard, Gord Murphy, Tom Fitzgerald, Jason Woolley. And we'll get to that later. As play is on now in period 3. Puck is in the zone, and back to the point, kicked away and down ice by Nickel. It'll be icing. Yes, it is. There's the whistle. So we're down to the 3rd period, Game 7, last game of the season, and we're all tied at 1.
This is the next most important 20 minutes of these players' lives, and they know it. Certainly in their hockey careers, at least. For some of these guys, it's an opportunity to show to general managers and scouts in the building that they deserve a shot at the National League. For some of these guys, this may be their last year in the league, and they want to go out winners.
Face off to the left of Shields. Still in the skates of Metcalf, kicks it back in the corner. Hollinger tying it up there, and Hulse digging it out for the Pirates.